Welcome back, fourth graders. This is our introduction into clay, and this is what I want you to be prepared for so you have an idea of what we're doing the next time you come to class. So, first of all, I always want to do a review of what earthenware clay is. That's the clay that we're using in the classroom. Like the word says, earthenware, clay actually comes from the earth. The earth is makes its own clay. Humans don't make clay. And like the other clay materials that you would get from like Michael's or Hobby Lobby or something like that is a human-made product, but the clay that we use in the classroom actually comes from the earth. Um, these little piles here represent just different types of clay. So clay is made from any kind of rock. The big thing is that you need to understand that clay is the smallest rock that you can find. So the smallest rock, whether it's white rocks, gray rocks, red rocks, it's the smallest rock that you can find on Earth, and it's would be in powder form sometimes. But in my classroom, it gets mixed with water, obviously, so you can sculpt with it. It's not great to be breathing in the powdered form of clay. So when it dries and it gets really powdery and dusty, it's not good for us. So this year we're wearing masks. So that makes it really, really safe. But that's why it matters, because you don't want to be breathing in those little particles of microscopic rocks, because they go airborne. So that's not good for you. So what you're going to be making in this classroom, our next class period, is a leaf bowl. And so some ideas, some words that we're talking about are templates, slabs, and slump molds. So we've used the word templates just a little bit before and the word slab before to make, and I will talk about how we do it this time. So when you were in second grade with me, we made pockets. And with those clay pockets, I gave you a slab of clay and I said you can either choose to make a heart pocket, a rectangle pocket, or an oval pocket. And I gave you the template. I gave you the paper plan for that because it's always a good idea to have a plan before you start cutting or sculpting with clay. But this year, as a fourth grader, you are going to be making your template of a leaf. So you're going to have to create your own leaf. When you come to class, I will have a 7-inch by 7-inch square piece of paper. And what I need for you to do is make sure that you draw your leaf so it comes really close to this edge, this edge, this edge, and this edge. And that way your bowl will, or your leaf will fill up the bowl that I will give you. So it's pretty easy for my fourth graders now to draw some type of a leaf and have it really look like a nice looking leaf. But the hard thing is to draw it large. So like I said, if you want to practice, you can go ahead at home. But when you come to class, I'll give you a 7-by-7 sheet of paper, and you want to make sure that you can draw your leaf stretching out to all of these edges. So you have a good plan in mind for working in clay, because we're going to have to move quickly in class, because you were gone, in order to get your plan done and then start working in clay. So I'll hand you out a slab that looks like this over here. And what you'll do is you'll take a rolling pin in class and roll it out a little bit larger. This one is pretty large, but you'll roll this slab a little bit larger so your leaf can fit on there better. And then what we're going to do is put down your plan for your leaf. This just happens to be a flower. Put down your plan onto that slab and you'll draw into it. And then you'll go ahead and cut out your leaf shape. Once your leaf shape is cut out, you're going to put it into a bowl. It's called a slump mold. When you slump the clay or kind of push down the clay into a bowl mold, the bowls that we have in class are a little bit different shape than this, are a little bit deeper. So you'll get it on there, and then we want to make sure that our leaf goes all the way to the edges of the bowl like that. So this is someone pressing it into the mold. So you get a feeling for what that looks like. When your bowl is done, you'll have a leaf shape that kind of feels like this. This one is a leaf lettuce, it looks like, and here's another. This is a flatter dish. But then we'll talk about how we smooth out those edges. But the big thing I want you to do is come up with a plan for the leaf so that once you come to class, you're set to go. I can get you the clay and then you can cut and slump it into the bowl. These examples here are very complicated. So one of the reasons why I have them up there is I know that you're really capable of making these beautiful little details and cuts, but it will be very challenging to do in the amount of time that we have in class. So going for a simpler edge like this is a better way to go. And it's just going to be one leaf. It won't be multiple leaves put together like these are, just so you're aware of that. Yeah, and then we can get ready to go. I'm excited to have you back and start working in clay, friends. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.